Hey, welcome back to the series that we've been doing on folklore. I've been going track by track to see if I can find a deeper meaning within each of the songs. Today we're on track 16, which is titled Hoax. This is actually the last track on the regular edition of folklore. I did look into it, and there is one other song that is included on like a deluxe version, so I will be reacting to that one. But for the time being, I'm taking this as the album closer. So let's just get started.
My only one, my smoking gun, my eclipsed sun. This has broken me down. My twisted knife, my sleepless night, my windless fight. This has frozen my ground.
So the lyrics of the first verse said, "My only one, my smoking gun, my eclipsed sun that has broken me down, my twisted knife, my sleepless night, my windless fight, this has frozen my ground." I don't really have a lot of thoughts about this just yet, but my smoking gun kind of stands out to me because that kind of makes me think of right after a shot. So maybe not literally a gun, but after maybe doing something you might regret, or that kind of makes me think of a rash decision maybe. So that's kind of my thoughts there. And then my twisted knife, my sleepless night, again, that kind of sounds like a regret to me because twisted knife kind of makes me think of a betrayal, like you stabbed me in the back a little bit, and then you have a sleepless night. So again, kind of making me think of something along the lines of regret. But let's just keep listening.
Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason. Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in. Don't want no other shade of blue but you. No other sadness in the world would do.
So that chorus said, "Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason. Your faithless love is the only hoax I believe in. Don't want no other shade of blue but you. No other sadness in the world would do." Cliffside was mentioned in a different song, and I don't remember exactly which one it was, but it was another song that I said something about regrets because it was like I could have followed the fears all the way down the cliff or something like that. So maybe those two songs are connected, but I can't think of it at the moment. Your faithless love is the only hoax I believe in. To me, a hoax is something that is a big conspiracy theory, kind of, or something that maybe you shouldn't believe in. So maybe this person is thinking that the relationship isn't worth fighting for to some because it's fake, or some people just don't believe in the validity of it. And the person's in it is saying, "Give me a reason." So maybe they're trying to find a reason to stay. So kind of still circling around the regret of maybe staying in a relationship that you kind of knew that you should have left by now. So maybe that's kind of the thoughts, but again, we might just gotta keep listening.
My best laid plan, your sleight of hand, my barren land. I am ash from your fire. Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason. Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in.
Right after that, it says, "My best laid plan, your slide off hand, my barren land, I am ash from your fire." "I'm ash from your fire" kind of makes me think of being in someone else's warpath in a sense, where it kind of makes me think of a toxic relationship. And I say this every time I bring up kind of heavy topics, but I don't like to insinuate things. But in my head, ash from your fire kind of makes me think of a possible emotional or physical abusive relationship because ash from your fire is like you just desolated the land, you just did something, physically or emotionally very bad, and now this person is left there to sit in the aftermath of maybe whatever decision this person decided to make. But again, I'm not 100% sure, so that I don't mean that in any type of offensive way.
Don't want no other shade of blue but you. No other sadness in the world would do. You know I left a part of me back in New York. You knew the hero died, so what's the movie for? You knew it still hurts underneath my scars from when they pulled me apart. You knew the password, so I let you in the door. You knew you won, so what's the point of keeping score? You knew it still hurts underneath my scars from when they pulled me apart. But what you did was just as dark.
That was a pretty deep bridge just now, so let me go back and read it. You know I left a part of me back in New York. You knew the hero died, so what's the movie for? You know it still hurts underneath my scars. First of all, hero, anti-hero. Don't really know if that has any connection, but you know it still hurts underneath my scars. That was mentioned about someone drawing hearts around someone else's scars in Cardigan. So that makes me think about that song, and then the next lyrics right after that says, from when they pulled me apart, you knew the password, so I let you in the door. You knew you won, so what's the point of keeping score? You know it still hurts underneath my scars when you pulled me apart. So I think of trust with that because, like I just mentioned about the scars line, that was kind of referenced in Cardigan, and Cardigan dealt with topics of cheating or somewhat of a toxic relationship as well. Because when it says you knew the password, I let you in the door, that makes me think of trust, and that trust was maybe broken because in Cardigan, that person drew the hearts around the scars, so maybe helped them through whatever trauma they had. But then when they pulled me apart, but what you did was just as dark. So maybe Taylor Swift or the narrator or whatever the story's about is used to being picked apart or hurt in other ways by people that aren't a part of her relationship, but this person maybe did something just as bad when she thought of all people, this person could be the one that I trust the most. And that's probably when you feel the most betrayal, is when the person that you never expected to hurt you is the one that hurts you, is always probably a different type of pain. So I guess with the title Hoax, like I said, maybe it's just circling back of looking back and saying, why did I continue to do? Why did I continue to stay, maybe? Or something like that.
Darling, this was just as hard as when they pulled me apart. My only one, my kingdom come undone, my broken drum, you have beaten my heart.
Damn. My broken drum, you have beaten my heart. That just tells me that this person is just done trying. They feel hopeless in their situation where it's not even worth trying to fight back. And that's a pretty low point for anyone, I think. So that was the end of Hoax. I think I already kind of said my thoughts throughout the whole track. I don't feel the need to kind of re-go over it again. But I will say that I do not feel very confident in this analysis. I've been wrong before, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to act like I'm usually right, but usually I feel like I could figure out a pretty decent meaning, but this one just kind of confused me, if I'm going to be honest. I like the way it sounded, and I think I'm on the right track considering all the lyrics that it mentioned, but I still kind of feel like I'm missing something here, but I'm sure someone will tell me, and I very much appreciate that because I like to know the real meaning behind these songs, which kind of excites me about the Disney Plus special because I don't know how much in detail she's going to go into about the songs, but it's going to be like almost fact-checking the test that I just took where I gave you 16, 17 tracks worth of my thoughts, and now hearing it from that person's mouth will be interesting to see like how accurate or most likely off-based I was. But yeah, thanks for watching.